Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were a Night Stalker.
I used to be when I was a little younger.
I can't do that shit no more.
I feel it the next day. That's
I'd love to stay up till 3. I'd love to know that I could stay up till 4 with no penalties and go on the writing.
I could do that in New York.
Yes, because you're going to be up anyway. I did it in New York when
New York is no problem. I'll stay up till 4, and I know. The thing is, in New York, you can get breakfast at fucking 4 in the afternoon, so you're okay.
I remember one night talking to Lee and breaking his balls. It had to be 1 in the morning in New York, and I'm torturing him about. He had like a salami sandwich. And next time,
was I in New York or were you in New York?
I was in New York,
okay.
And you were here, and I call Lee and I'm like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Nothing. I'm just eating something." I go, "Lee, you're gonna fucking die. You keep eating that shit." And I don't hang up with him 2 minutes. I go downstairs. I smoke a joint. I get a cup of coffee. I'm one of those motherfuckers that drinks coffee too.
At night?
Oh yeah,
I
I'll
can't
drink
do
it. Not anymore. but for me to go to the store, I need 4 shots of Cuban.
How many a day do you drink?
I drink American coffee when I wake up, just to get the party started. Okay. I drink regular, nice, dark roast.
I like a dark
Strong.
roast too. Yeah,
I like a
black.
dark
I drink
roast.
it black.
Black coffee to get the party started. That's the first party. I pop a little nicotine gum, and that just gets the blood vessels moving. Then I get up, I do a couple like Puerto Rican yoga stretches, like I stretch my spine, I touch my toenails. Then I hit 2 bong hits. After I'm about 42 minutes, I do about 2 bong hits when the music is starting to sound good. You know what I'm saying? And once I inhale those 2 bong hits, I go into the kitchen. I drink like 10 ounces of cold water. And then I blast a 4-man espresso before I wash my pussy.
Ugh.
Before I take a shower, I blast a 4-man espresso. And then I drink another bottle of water. And then after that, let's say I'll eat oatmeal and then do the 4-cup espresso. And then you're just waiting for your guts to come out. It's just a matter of time.
Oh, yeah. No, my body knows. It's a science.
You go on the computer, you type a couple things, all of a sudden you rip that fart. It smells like the guts of your fucking enemy. It just smells like pure fucking ass. And you're like, well, I'm ready. I go in the back bathroom. I got a door to the outside so that I don't kill any of the bathrooms in the house.
Oh, yeah.
And that's that first one. That's pure fire. By this time, it's 7:45. I'm already throwing heat. It's a log. My asshole's on fire. You know, I mean, it's one of those things where you sit up, you walk. When you walk back, you walk with a limp.
Yeah.
One of those shits. You know what I'm saying?
It took something out of your leg.
Yeah, it takes. I mean, I'm serious. Oatmeal, a nice cup and a half of oatmeal, and then a 4 shot of espresso.
What do you have in the oatmeal? You have sugar or honey or
cinnamon, and coconut milk.
Can't fuck with that. I like my milk regular milk.
I like I'll do regular too. But if I know like my wife's gonna get pizza, I won't put dairy.
Oh, okay.
I'll put coconut.
Because you'll have the dairy later.
I'll have the dairy later, and then that'll make me go fucking crazy. So, what's going on with the rap game? You still producing the show? What's going on?
Nah, we did 4 seasons. You know, we won an Emmy, we won a Peabody, and then they didn't want Netflix didn't want a 5th. We're like, all right, cool. But I got another doc that I'm working on.
Okay,
it's almost done.
And you really always, I was thinking the one day I called you was because the edible. I called you late one night.
Right.
I called you late to tell you a story.
Yeah, it was about 10:30. He was calling.
You didn't answer. I called you late one night because I was in the middle of an edible run. I'm making an outline for the book, and I remember the history of crack cocaine. I'm thinking about how I grew up on 148th Street.
In the Bronx?
No.
Oh, no, you were like Washington.
I was on 88th Street. My mother lived on 88th Street. I went to public school on 89th Street.
So you were just uptown.
I was an uptown guy.
Yeah.
But my godmother, my Santeria godmother, lived on 148th Street. And
so she's Harlem almost. She is Harlem. She is Harlem, yeah.
Harlem. And it was a great neighborhood. I learned a lot there.
A couple of blocks up, you can cross over to the into the fucking Yankee Stadium over there.
Right there, 169.
Yeah,
Cross right over. So it was that whole block. Not when I was with my godmother. As I got older, 10 years later, I would go visit my godmother. I would surprise. I'd bring her flowers. She'd talk to me, and then on the way out, I'd just cross the street and cop Buddha Thai weed. They would sell Buddha Thai, Buddha Thai, Buddha Thai, Buddha Thai. This is 82, 81, 80.
Oh, yeah, that's where they're smoking Thai stick and Buddha.
Thai stick and Buddha.
Yeah.
And they either sold you Buddha, Thai stick, or they sold you Sensimilla. It was the beginning of Narcos.
Yeah.
All that shit of Narcos, Mexico, when they started sending Sensimilla, that was 1980 fucking.
That was a Jamaican one.
Well, the Jamaican one was lamb's bread.
Right.
That was what they sold in the city. That was big. That fucked you up.
I remember that. Why is it called lamb's bread? Because it's some bad shit.
Yeah. Oh. The people don't even know about lamb's bread today. Very, very, very few people know the power of lamb's bread. You know, they used to call all that weed chocolate Thai, Buddha Thai. Yeah. But basically it was lamb's bread. And it was Jamaican weed. And it fucked you up.
And then in around 84, 85, they started smoking Willa blunts.
Well, before that was when the Sensimilla started coming around. And then I had a school teacher, Mr. Pullman. He used to fucking get Maui Wawi shipped to him.
I remember Maui Wawi.
And he would sell it to you at school in a stick with a
hilarious.
$35 for 3 joints.
Jesus.
That was more than you ever paid in your life.
How much was the regular joint?
Like $1 a joint.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So you could buy a half ounce of dirt weed and get, pay $25 and get 32 joints. So I can make $7. Like that was your thinking when you were a sophomore in high school. Mm-hmm. 7 joints is $20 today. So do you see what I'm saying? Like I made 20 on 25 investment. So I would buy a quarter pound for $100 and sell it for 200 right off the bat.
I was doing that shit in the late 80s.
When I was a sophomore, I hung out with a guy that's what he sold. He would front it to me. He would drive me. He would drive me, give it to me. I'd go upstairs and I'd keep 100, give him 100. That's how quick I made $100 in those days. That was the 8th grade freshman year. But going back to my godmother, when I went back, and this is all in 82, 83. Mm-hmm. I went to Colorado in 83. Came back, and I never really went to see my godmother. I was on the shit list. Mm-hmm. And then finally in 85, I came up with enough guts to go see my godmother. And I went down the stairs, and I go, perfect, I'm going to get some weed to go back to Colorado. But as I was waiting at the light to cross, I seen all these motherfuckers putting cardboard down, fucking like making believe fighting. Mm-hmm. And then they would start spitting on their backs and shit. Oh, and that was more or less.
That was 82 then.
Dancing. Yeah.
81, 82.
That was, like, it was everywhere now. Like, I had been in such a cocaine closet. I missed the beginning of all that shit. We're going in like fucking Marines, you understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.